Hi folks, this is Judge Dave Huerta of the Kingman Justice Court and the Meth Coalition. I'd like to welcome you again to the 14th annual Walk Away from Drugs. It sure are different times that we're facing nowadays, and I appreciate everyone who has and are going to be participating in the virtual Walk Away from Drugs. Just because we can't be seeing each other in person, I hope you enjoyed your walk, or I encourage you to walk again, and if you haven't walked, start one of the walks throughout the week so we can continue to pass on the good information of fighting this terrible battle with addiction. I'd like to have an opportunity to let you know that we're going to have some fine guests offer up a word of encouragement and information for us. So please listen to their message and hope to see you guys in the future. Good luck.
Hello, Kingman. This is Mayor Jen Miles, inviting you to join us in walking away from drugs. 2020 has been a year in which all of our lives have been impacted and often turned upside down by the COVID-19 global pandemic. Many businesses are struggling to survive. People have lost jobs and need help to feed their families or pay the rent. Even the methods of attending school or having events like Walk Away from Drugs are having to adapt to new delivery methods. In addition, protests continue to fill the streets in many cities in America and around the world, and political turmoil and turbulence is at a crescendo with the elections looming. And with all this conflict, the sad truth is that young people of our country have never known a time when America was not at war, have never known a time of peace. And against this backdrop, we are asking our young people and community members to walk away from drugs. In a time when many turn to drugs to escape the true suffering that is part of their lives, we say, walk away from drugs. Why? We ask this for both individual and global reasons. On the individual level, we know that when a person becomes ensnared by drug addiction, his or her life becomes a spiral of downward events. Some will just lose the promise of a truly brighter future. And that burden is carried not only by the individual drug user, but by their friends and families who want to support them, sometimes until they just can't. And of course, some will resort to a life they never imagined, filled with crime and/or violence. On a more global level, we know from history that periods such as this that we are experiencing will pass. And in the end, in order to get to a better time, when people do the right things to bring solutions to solve critical human issues and perhaps even save the planet, we need everyone to be operating at their A game. And that means you, each individual, each one of us having individual responsibility for our lives. But you're it. You are the future, and what you do individually will impact the future of all of us.
Hi, I'm Congressman Paul Gosar. As this group knows all too well, addiction is a devastating and terrible disease. It is, however, a unique one. It is the only disease that through the help, encouragement, and support of others, it has the potential to be overcome. Year after year, Kingman's annual Walk Away from Drugs event continually provides that support by fostering an open dialogue and engaging directly with members of our community, reassuring them that they have the strength to walk away. From what I understand, it has made a marked difference. You guys should be proud. Thank you to Mayor Jen Miles and the City Council, Police Chief Rusty Cooper, and Fire Chief Jake Rhodes, and all the others who have made this a success and are too many to be named. Due to COVID-19, we know many Americans' mental health is suffering. Sadly, we know this is when people are most vulnerable to drug addiction. This event comes at a time when some members in our community may be suffering in silence and need your support the most. Thank you again, making certain that they know that their entire community is rooting for them. God bless.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lefevre, Executive Director of the Arizona Criminal Justice Commission, and I'm very excited to be able to join the Kingman Area Meth Coalition's 14th annual Walk Away from Drugs event. A strong, engaged community is one of the best ways to protect children from the dangers of becoming involved with drugs. So dump your old pain pills at a drug drop box. Talk to your kids about how dangerous drugs can be to their futures. And most importantly, Kingman, show each other you care and we'll stand together and walk away from drugs.
Hi everyone, my name is Dawn Mertz and I'm the director of the Arizona High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area. I wanted to say congratulations on the 14th annual Walk Away from Drugs event. I've participated in this event for the past 5 years and I wish I could be there in person this year. Have a great event and we'll see you next year.
Hi, we are part of the Civil Operations Team of the Arizona National Guard Counter Drug Task Force.
Did you know that nearly half the students surveyed in Mojave County do not think that using drugs is risky, and nearly 16% reported using marijuana in the last 30 days?
So we, the task force, challenge you to lower these stats and walk away from drugs.
Thanks, guys.
Hello, I'm Jeff Wrigley, warden at the State Prison in Golden Valley, operated by the GEO Group. We have 3,000 inmates in our prison. Half the men in the prison have a history of drug abuse. Almost all of them regret getting involved with drugs. Almost all inmates admit they ruined their lives or hurt someone because of drugs. Each of you has so much to offer in this world. You deserve a good life. So please, don't ruin your life. Walk away from drugs.
Hi, my name's Rusty Cooper. I'm the Chief of Police with the Kingman Police Department. I just want to thank you for taking time to just to consider the devastating effects that drugs have. And as we celebrate this year's Walk Away from Drugs event, we can't meet in person, but at least we're communicating with you. And I just can't help but think about years ago when I was a student, there was a movement called Just Say No. And it's something that's always stuck to me. And I know at this day and age, with all the things that are going on in our society across the nation, as a young person, there's a lot of temptations out there. But that message still resonates with me, that just say no. And not only do you need to just say no to drugs, but you also need to walk away. And sometimes walking away means you're redefining friendships, you're redefining boundaries in your life, and there's lots of things that you want to say no to, and drugs is one of those things. There's so much more to say yes to that's beneficial for you. But saying no to drugs and walking away from drugs is better for you in the long run. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jake Rhodes. I'm the fire chief for the Kingman Fire Department. With COVID-19, our world has obviously changed in a lot of ways. This year's Walk Away from Drugs is no exception. It will look different this year, and we recognize that. But we also recognize our drug problem here in Mojave County and in the city of Kingman. But we also recognize the fact that what we're doing is making a difference, and making a difference does not happen without you. So we know what's out there. We know we keep working in our prevention efforts and our educational efforts, and it takes all of you. So thank you for your support. Thank you for what you do, and let's keep making a difference in the city of Kingman.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Judge John Taylor of the Kingman Survey Justice Court. I'd like to send out a special invitation to everyone this year for our annual Walk Away from Drugs. This is our 14th year. Now, this year we are going to do things a little bit differently, and we're not going to meet as a group at the park like we have been for the past 13 years. However, we are going to have a walk, and I encourage individuals, families, businesses, and providers to meet and do their own walk. Take your pictures and share them with the Kingman Walk Away from Drugs Facebook page so that we can share your experiences on our continued fight and addressing drug addiction issues and treatment in the Kingman area. And thank you for all the years of your participation in this event.
Hi, I'm Annie Meredith with the Kingman Area Meth Coalition, and I just want to say thank you so much for your participation in this year's Walk Away from Drugs. We couldn't do it without our community rallying together to take a stand against substance abuse. I specifically want to thank our sponsors that help make the event possible year after year and help us provide resources and educational opportunities to our local schools. Mojave Mental Health Clinic, KRMC, Desert de Oro Foods, and GEO Group are this year's sponsors that helped make this possible. Thank you again to all of our speakers and the community.